What if I told you a team with just a 0.4% chance of winning pulled off the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history? What if I told you they were down by 29 points? Their superstar was in foul trouble. The opposing team looked unstoppable. And yet somehow, in front of a stunned Madison Square Garden crowd, they completed a comeback that will be remembered forever. This wasn't just another playoff game. This was the night the New York Knicks came within one win of ending a 53-year championship drought. And it all happened in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Let's break down how one team made history and how the other completely fell apart. From the opening tip, it looked like the San Antonio Spurs were about to take control of the NBA Finals. Everything that could go wrong for New York did. Just over a minute into the game, Karl Anthony Towns picked up 2 quick fouls and was forced to the bench. Meanwhile, San Antonio couldn't miss. 3 after 3 splashed through the net. Victor Wembanyama looked unstoppable. The Spurs built a lead so large that they were rewriting NBA record books before halftime. By the end of the first quarter, San Antonio led by 19 points, the largest first-quarter road lead in NBA Finals history. Then things got even worse. At halftime, the Spurs were ahead by 27. The Garden crowd was silent. The Knicks looked finished. And when San Antonio pushed the lead to 29 points early in the third quarter, everyone watching thought the same thing. Game over. But the Knicks had other ideas. What made this comeback different wasn't just the score, it was the mentality. This Knicks team had already overcome massive deficits throughout the playoffs. They had been counted out before. And according to head coach Mike Brown, the message at halftime was simple. Don't think about winning, just cut the lead. Get it to around 15 points entering the fourth quarter. Give yourself a chance. That was the mission. And somehow, they did exactly that. A quick run started to chip away at the deficit. The Spurs would score. Jalen Brunson would answer. The Spurs would respond. Brunson would answer again. Little by little, the impossible started to feel possible. By the end of the third quarter, the 29-point deficit had been reduced to 15. The Knicks still needed a miracle, but at least they were alive. Then came the moment nobody saw coming. With just over 9 minutes remaining, Victor Wembanyama scored to push the Spurs' lead back to 20. At that point, analytics gave New York only a 0.4% chance to win. That's one chance in 250. The comeback wasn't supposed to happen. But basketball doesn't care about probabilities. It only cares about what happens on the court. And suddenly, hero after hero emerged. Karl Anthony Towns, despite foul trouble all night, delivered crucial baskets. Jose Alvarado came off the bench and scored 5 huge points when New York desperately needed them. The crowd began to believe. The pressure shifted, and the Spurs started feeling it. Every legendary comeback needs a superstar performance. For the Knicks, that player was Jalen Brunson. He finished with 36 points and delivered one clutch shot after another. Throughout the game, he kept New York close enough to dream. But in the final minutes, he elevated to another level. First came a ridiculous three-pointer over Victor Wembanyama as the shot clock expired. Then came an even tougher floater over Stephon Castle. The shot dropped. And for the first time all night, the Knicks had the lead. Madison Square Garden exploded, but the drama wasn't over, not even close. If Brunson was the engine, OG Anunoby became the hero. Anunoby had already scored a playoff career-high 33 points. His shooting was incredible. But that's not why fans will remember this game. They'll remember the hustle. With seconds remaining, De'Aaron Fox grabbed a rebound and had a clear path to the basket. A layup would likely seal the game for San Antonio. Fox attacked. Anunoby chased. And somehow, he blocked the shot cleanly. The Garden erupted. The Knicks had one final possession. One final chance, one final moment. Brunson launched a difficult three. It missed. But while everyone watched the ball, Anunoby was already crashing toward the rim. No one boxed him out. No one saw him coming. He reached up, tipped the ball, and watched it fall through the basket. With just 1.2 seconds remaining, Knicks lead. 107-106. Madison Square Garden completely lost its mind. The greatest comeback in NBA Finals history was complete. As incredible as New York's comeback was, San Antonio's collapse was equally shocking. The Spurs scored 76 points in the first half, then only 30 in the second. Their offense completely disappeared. Their shooting collapsed. Their confidence vanished. After halftime, they shot barely over 20% from the field. They committed more turnovers than made baskets. And even Victor Wembanyama struggled. After dominating early, he went cold in the second half and missed critical free throws in crunch time. The Spurs stopped attacking, stopped moving the ball, stopped playing with the aggression that built their lead, and the Knicks took advantage of every mistake. By the time San Antonio realized what was happening, it was too late. The comeback had already become history. Now the pressure has completely shifted. The Knicks lead the finals 3-1. They're one win away from their first championship in more than 5 decades. One win away from ending generations of heartbreak. One win away from completing one of the most unforgettable playoff runs in NBA history. But if there's one lesson from Game 4, it's this: never count out this Knicks team. Because when everyone thinks they're finished, that's when they seem to be at their most dangerous. Game 5 is coming. The Spurs are fighting for survival. The Knicks are chasing history. And after witnessing the greatest finals comeback ever, one thing is certain: nobody knows what's going to happen next. Do you think the Knicks will finish the job and win the championship? Or can the Spurs pull off a comeback of their own? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the NBA Finals are delivering moments we'll be talking about for years.